Welcome to RV Hour, powered by Giant Recreation World. An honest talk about the RV lifestyle, travel, costs, tips, and everything you need to know. Each week, we'll bring you the best and most helpful info, travel hacks, and answer your camping questions. Now, here's your host, Larry McNamara, CEO of Giant Recreation World.
And we're live. This is Larry, and Wayne Adam. He's our super producer and our super marketing guy.
That's right.
And with that being said, we're happy to be here. I got a little raspy in my voice because I came back from Vegas and I got a bug up there in the desert. A desert bug.
Desert.
You know.
If you watch out for those, they'll get you.
Well, it's so dry up there. We Florida guys are, we're used to the humidity and the moisture.
Yes.
And that just wreaks havoc with
It
the
does.
sinus.
It dries you right out.
It's
It's everything. I'm with you.
Every time I go up there, I seem to catch something.
Yeah.
So we're sitting here at Giant Recreation World. Just to remind everybody, we got 3 locations. We got one in Winter Garden. That's where we are today.
Yes, sir.
We have one in Ormond Beach, and we have one in I-95 in Palm Bay.
Yes.
So there are 3 super huge locations.
Oh, yeah.
And I got to tell you, we had a little field trip today.
We did.
For lunch. Yeah, tell us where we went.
It was an exciting adventure. We went to the Spectrum News 13 studio.
That's right. That's all news all the time.
That's right.
That's one on the ones or 11s or every.
Yeah.
I think that's what they
They
said.
said
Right?
on the ones. Yeah.
On
He
the
said
weather on the ones.
Yep.
Weather on the ones.
That's right. It might be on the 11s too, but he definitely said weather's on the ones.
So again, that's all they do. So here in Central Florida, that is a very popular station to watch.
Very.
What with the weather and all that.
Yeah.
Plus, being that it's all news, it's nothing biased.
Yes.
So I think that they do a pretty good job of not being left or right.
Yeah.
Kind
I
of
would
more in the
agree.
middle.
Yeah.
And, they'll run stories,
Yeah.
but they want to make sure they're right.
Which we even got to ask one of the reporters, how do you do that?
Oh yeah,
And, they turn it off. That's their job to do that.
and I guess I had to admit in this little podcast or radio show or whatever we were doing with it, I'm not very good at that.
It is. It is
I'm very opinionated.
It's a talent. The talent acquired over time to be able to turn that off, boy.
Yeah, so they were just whining and dining us a little bit to get us paid for more advertising.
Get us more.
But it was very interesting. They walked us through all the departments
Yes.
and all the several studios. We may or may not have overstepped our bounds.
Oh, man. Yeah.
You had a little talking to,
That's
didn't you?
what we do. That's what we do at Giant Recreation, where we push the boundaries over
Yes.
here.
Well, we put on our little mic sets and went behind the.
Behind the news station.
We were live from the News 13.
Channel 13 News.
Now, if we run that on our social media or whatever, we'll certainly say that we are in no way sponsored by or affiliated with
Please read
Channel
the
13.
disclaimer.
So, but we were just having fun.
Oh, we did. We had a great time.
Yeah. We learned that all the cameras are all robotic. There's no cameramen.
Cameramen.
We learned that they're weathermen or they don't even have a teleprompter in
No
the weather.
teleprompters in the weather.
So they do that all off the top of their head.
Yeah.
And the green screen, that's kind of like you can see a silhouette behind it of the state and stuff and little things that he's moving around.
Yeah.
So if you ever wondered how they did that against that green screen, it's just like a green hologram behind him.
Faded in there a little. Yeah, and that I think to me was one of the most incredible secrets that they hold in the newsroom.
Well, I always wondered. I was wondering if when they do this, it's over here and over there, and you got the front pushing this way. How do they know where that is on that map? Because we know that it's not really a map.
Like, are you looking
It's
at
a
the
green
screen
screen
to see it?
Yeah.
But-
So that was very exciting.
That was
And
interesting.
what else? 40% chance of rain?
No, it's not a 40% chance. 40% coverage of rain today.
So what that means is the coverage of that station, which is basically all the way from Flagler, all the way down to Brevard, all the way over to Lake Polk, and everything in between. 40% of that area will see rain.
We'll see rain today.
So with that being said, it sounds a little bit better.
It does, but it's a little confused.
In summertime in Florida, you can say it's 100% chance of rain somewhere. You'll be right. But being that theirs is a little bit smaller, it seemed like
coverage area.
They're probably a little bit more specific.
Yeah.
You know what else I was impressed with was when they talked about the difference in their radar and the National Weather Radio.
National Weather Station. Yeah, it has a different radar time.
Yeah, they're I guess the national one, which whenever there's a hurricane, it seems like that's what we're watching.
Right. Yeah.
For some reason.
For some reason.
Why do you think that?
Not any longer.
But it takes like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
For that radar to do a full
rotation.
360 rotation.
Yes, sir.
And the Channel 13 one does it within a minute.
Yep, 1 minute.
And then, like if there's a possible tornado activity, they can stop it and just do it goes back and forth real quick
in one area.
In a small pinpoint area so that they can actually see the direction of a tornado.
Yeah.
So that's
it is. And that's how you get such up to date, like minute to minute.
Well, a lot of us feel that the news is BS.
Yep.
So and when all you do is news, we think maybe that they're BS. But
yeah.
I don't know. I might be sold.
Yeah. The weather guy got me today for sure. Especially that he runs his own show in there. Like I said, there's no teleprompter.
No teleprompter. It's all off the hip.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, when we were doing our little tour, we walked by while he was doing his live show.
Yes.
And walked right by a big window. We all tried to make faces at him and stuff, but he didn't even pay no mind to us. But I'm surprised why that window wasn't blocked out.
Yeah, I also.
It would be distracting. It was distracting to me just sitting in there talking to him.
You ain't kidding.
Squirrel. You see a squirrel, you gotta look.
Who's that?
That is unbelievable.
Well, yeah, we had a great time. Got to hang out in the green room.
Yep, green room. I sat behind the where the talent. They don't have makeup artists there. They have to do it themselves.
That's right.
So again, more realism, more real people. We met a couple, three of the what do you call them?
The news
anchors.
Yes, the anchors were there. Came in, introduced themselves.
Afternoon guy and two morning ladies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Julie. I will dub that.
You know what? We don't dub stuff here, folks. It's all BS. But
it's all live here.
There was enough seating and desks, I think, in that whole office everywhere. It's huge, by the way. And I think they could have had 100 employees.
Oh yeah, they could have. I would say even more.
That's just in that.
A lot of people.
A lot of stations. So they, if there's some serious news going on, I believe they could have a full crew in there.
Oh yeah.
And it would be 100 plus people.
Yes.
We saw freelance guys in there, right?
Yep.
Editing stories and what we learned that how many story are they offered a day?
Yes. So they have 1,000 entries a day for people claiming they have newsworthy stories.
Right.
And then their news desk decides what goes through, what doesn't. So we met the young lady who handles.
Well, has to go through 1,000 of those a day. And one funny thing she says is, a lot of people are just crazy.
Crazy. A lot of crazy people out there.
True story. But she said, hey, for you people that would like to get a nice story out there, it's best that if you give them the information of the person that you're trying to talk about, so they can contact them and verify it.
Yeah.
And it has a good chance of being put on the air.
Yeah. That was a good little tidbit there that.
And I don't know if everybody knows this, but every year during Veterans Day,
yes,
we sponsor local, mom pop kind of breakfast,
little
lunch
breakfast spots. Yes, sir.
And Giant Recreation World treats all the first responders and the vets and their families. Basically everybody.
Yeah. You come in, you get a
breakfast and lunch all day during the Veterans Day.
Oh yeah.
And we don't even advertise it.
No.
But I was talking about, we used to go and kind of watch and see, making sure everybody's good and thank them for their service, know, as they were getting seated and whatnot. And I remember an older gentleman wearing one of those, Vietnam, hats, with all the buckles or whatever stuff on it. And he was kind of looking like he didn't know what to do. So I went over to introduce myself. I said, hey, how can I help you, buddy? What's going on? And thank you for your service, sir. He said, no worries. But, I've never, ever had steak and eggs. Would it be okay if I ordered steak and eggs?
Oh.
And I said, absolutely, sir. Whatever you want on that menu, have it all. And he did. And he came up afterwards. He came over to me with a tear in his eye, and said, Thank you so much. I've never been able to afford a breakfast as good as that.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know, but again, that's the kind of story that all these agencies would like to play.
Yes.
Now, if I would have been smart, I would have gotten his name and number, and then referred the station to call him and do a quick interview with him.
Which I think we're gonna try to reach out to some of our past customers that have bought from us, see if we can get something going.
There's always great stories every time.
Everybody's got a good
and it doesn't have to be self-servient.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes, I'm with you.
Again, we do that every Veterans Day. Probably nobody knows it except the locals that go every year.
Yep.
You know, this year we missed the what is it? The family
What's that?
the restaurant here in Winter Garden,
Oh, yes, the
Country House.
country house. Yeah.
That's one we've been doing for years and years.
Yeah.
And for some reason, they chose they did it with somebody else.
Yeah, they decided not to this year.
So I don't know why they did that. But again, I haven't found out. But the other two locations, Palm Bay and Ormond Beach, had a great one.
Yeah,
And
they did great this year.
yeah, I think one of them was the Heifers in Ormond Beach. Heifers. If you want a good breakfast, sir, go to Heifers.
And on down the Heifers. So this Veterans Day, we're actually going to do the check giveaway, do all that again as well.
Oh, yeah. You know what that check giveaway is for?
What's that?
It's for the NVHS,
Okay.
the National Veterans Homeless Society.
Nice.
It's based in Brevard County.
Okay.
It's a husband and wife team only,
Oh, that's fantastic.
and 98% of all the proceeds given to them is used to rescue homeless veterans in our local communities.
Oh, that's great.
I think we'll get them on here and do an interview.
Yeah, I think that'd be a
Because,
good idea.
It would be a good opportunity for everybody to, give them direct if they
Yeah,
want. But
for sure.
we always, as a company, we always solicit our customers to donate.
Yeah.
And we do that a lot of times through raffles and things. So it's not really like that. But and then we as the company will at least double it.
Yeah.
Because when the new regime in our presidential thing happened,
Yeah.
they canceled their endowment.
They lost a lot of money in that.
Well, it's how they operated, and mainly, and I don't think it's called an endowment more than it's a, I don't remember. You know the word?
Be on the spot.
It's right on the tip of
That's
my
why I was
tongue.
kind of going with you.
This is where sometimes we should have a teleprompter, folks, because
That's how you know this is real here. This is really us talking right now.
and most of the things we say is from the heart, by the way, too.
Yeah.
But they lost their funding.
Yes.
Their government funding. And it's a shame because most of all the money that they received was used to go out in the woods, in the tent cities, speak with the homeless guys. If they didn't want to be, I don't know what you call it, but put in a home or a apartment until they can get back on their feet, they would at least supply them with toiletries and blankets and that kind of stuff. Just whatever they needed, but let them know that there's help if they want it.
Yeah. There's people that care about them still.
Yes, sir. And they do like 100 people a year.
Yeah.
In Brevard County,
Oh, man.
So with that being said, it's a big deal, and it's near and dear to Giant Recreation World's heart.
That it is. We definitely look out for our vets.
That's a fact. Our general manager from years ago, Dave Mitchell, who was a Vietnam veteran, he is the one that found this whole deal. He helped found it.
Okay.
And to this day, he smiles down from heaven, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
Talking about how happy he is that we continued in his absence.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
He was taken from cancer. So many people have,
Yeah.
And we used to play golf all the time, me and Dave. We had a heck of a good time.
Yeah.
It was good
That's
times.
cool.
But
That's nice.
we also, when we were at the news station today, everybody in the little meeting room went around and because we'd never met each other, and introduced themselves and all that kind of stuff. And we started touching on the culture of Giant Recreation World a little bit.
That's right.
And and my segue, I'm pretty good at segue.
Oh, you do great.
When I'm talking about the old friends and the old people, the managers and all that we've had and that's come and gone or whatever, they're all near and dear to our heart. And yes, I not only I play with them too, whether it be golfing or whether it be bowling or whatever. It's a family affair, right? You feel that way?
Oh, 100%.
See, there's another thing for a reason for people to love Larry.
No, we do. We have a great culture at Giant Recreation World. I think that's what keeps a lot of our employees happy, keeps them here.
Yeah.
It's all of that. That's true. And which I got to say, too, I give you kudos today for, so we're in a room filled with different owners of different businesses around, and everybody's introducing themselves. And it's very just hey, I'm this, and I work here, and on to the next guy. And Larry, man, when it came around to you, boy, you did a whole deal on it that it messed everybody else up, that they started doing all that information. It just made me proud as an employee that the leadership that we have within our company is just well versed in the knowledge of what's going on. Like we kind of know what's up in our industry, and it's just a very comforting thing to be out amongst those people and have that. It's cool.
It's so cool.
It is.
Hey, I believe we have a special guest coming up.
That we do.
Mr. James Neujahr. He spells it really weird, folks. So if you saw it on his name tag, you wouldn't understand.
You would understand the struggle.
But you're gonna like this segment. I remember I'll learn a lot every time I talk to this young man.
Yeah, yes, he's very knowledgeable. Which you'll come to. Hopefully, we're gonna ask him some good questions on this next one. So
he's from the Thor Motorized RV World. We'll be right back after the short minute.
All 2022s have to go. New adventures, new experiences, new freedom, and new destinations in a new RV from Giant Recreation World. No payments for 90 days and no money down. More inventory than ever before. Motorhomes, travel trailers, toy haulers, fifth wheels, and golf carts too. Have a trade? Get top dollar at Giant Recreation World. And if you need service, parts, or rental, Giant Recreation World has you covered. Shop at GiantRecreationWorld.com or visit their 3 locations. Home of the lifetime warranty. Go to Giant Recreation World.
Don't enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Larry McNamara, CEO of Giant Recreation World, and I have some awesome things to talk about today. I'm being joined by another one of our factory reps, our partners in crime, I say, kinda. James, would you introduce yourself? Because I can never say your last name.
That's all right. I'd be happy to. Thank you so much for having us here. My name is James Neujahr. I'm the Southeast factory representative for a couple different Thor Motor Coach lines here with Giant Recreation World.
Yep.
I handle the Magnitude Super C and also handle the Tiburon Sprinter. And we've also got a new product, a new line that I'll be doing, and that's called the Indigo.
Ooh, say out spades. I think just a few days ago we had an interview with George Grimm, and we did touch on some of those lines, but we weren't in-depth near enough for Larry. I want to know everything.
All the details.
Now, for you that are just starting to listen and aren't familiar with the Magnitude or the Tiburon or the Indigo, let's talk about those. The Super C Magnitude is on a Ford truck chassis, but it's a big truck chassis, 550 or 600.
Yes, that's correct.
4x4 available.
Yes, standard.
So you can go four-wheeling in our, go mudding in our RVs. That's pretty cool.
I've seen a few folks do it.
So tell us, what's the idea behind it? What do you need such a big chassis for?
So there's a couple things. The part of the reason that the Magnitude has done so well over the last couple of years is really a lot of that is related to it checks a lot of boxes for a lot of people. And I know not everybody thinks of that as a Super C. Traditionally they think of the larger Freightliner-based products that are on the market. But what I think is so unique about that is you have all of the cab comforts and the drivability that comes with having that Ford Super Duty front end. It's a very tried and true, well tested unit. They've been using that 6.7 liter Power Stroke V8 for a long time, so it's an excellent platform. You mentioned the standard 4-wheel drive, which is very unique compared to a lot of the other motorized products on the market. But really, the other thing comes with the towing capacity. That F550 and F600 are extremely capable when it comes to the towing. You have either 10 or 12,000 pound trailer hitch configuration available. So We tend to see a lot of customers that have, race trailers or car haulers. It could be a boat or a horse trailer. I mean, there's tons of different examples, but yeah, it's just a very, very capable chassis.
See, I knew that was coming out soon, So you take this beautiful full paint magnitude on this 4x4 F600 chassis. Now, folks, laymen out there, the F350 dualies, everybody's familiar with those? This is almost double the truck. So this is not a little kid truck. So I'm not going to talk sad about it. Now, yes, the Freightliners can have 20,000 pound capacity, However, they don't drive like this. This is like driving a big Ford truck. And even little guys can do it, right? No special license. And then you buy a trailer that's a double-decker trailer that's got the full body paint to match your beautiful magnitude. And you pull into a RV site somewhere, and you are the talk of the town. Am I right?
You were spot on.
Darn right. So we are so happy that we have that as an offering. And we've been doing very well, in my opinion, humbly, with that product that I wish they just keep on coming.
All your locations have done excellent since that's launched, so thank you.
So we're a premier partner for
Prestige
partner. See?
Not just premier, prestige.
Prestige, of which I hear there's only like 5 in our area, or in the southeast, or I don't know.
We're fortunate to count you as one of the few.
Yeah, that's one of the few, folks. I wanted to see that plaque sitting up front. That's right. Currently, we're doing this podcast from our Palm Bay location. And let me tell you something. This location is rocking. I see people with deals everywhere every time I come here. So we have got great deals going on. What is new in the magnitude that's coming out that I don't know about? Maybe some battery changes. I don't know. It seems like the trend. Everybody's trying to go to those lithium batteries.
Well, yeah,
or have it as an option. I don't know.
There were you guys with that, and
well, there's actually something that we introduced prior to going to a full lithium option. So what we've done on the 23 and going into the new model years, we've introduced a solar panel plus package. And basically what that does is it upgrades the 100-watt solar charging that would come standard on the unit from the factory and upgrades that to a total of 500 watts of solar charging. It also comes with 2 additional house batteries, so that brings you to a total of 4 house batteries that are available. And that also includes the factory upgraded solar charge controller, so you'll have the 30-amp model that's a part of that. We don't have a full lithium option available yet from the factory on the Magnitude. I know things are definitely progressing pretty quickly in that direction. So I'm excited for hopefully sometime in the near future when we can introduce that to the market.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I was talking about our rental golf carts that we just replaced this week.
Oh, yeah.
We done the new ones, and they're all lithium. I went ahead to order all those with lithium because that seems to be the trend. And I'm thinking it might be worth more when we retire them in a couple of 3 years, to this next buyer.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's kind of a gamble, and it's not super proven,
Well, we see a lot of our customers that some of them will leave the house battery configuration the way it is, but we also do see a lot of people go to AGM batteries and go to the maintenance-free batteries, which is definitely a very simple upgrade that can be done. And I am familiar with quite a few customers who have done a lithium upgrade, and so that is definitely an option for people that are considering the Magnitude product. If you'd like to do a lithium upgrade, there's a few small changes that they'll make to do that setup correctly for you, but that's just something where we would recommend working with your dealer and making sure that everything is done and installed correctly.
Well, at your next big high level meeting with the gurus that build the Magnitudes or whatever, I'd bring it up because it's a 4-wheel drive coach, and a lot of people use it to pull the big trailers full of all their toys and everything. So it could be a good boondocking kind of coach.
Yeah.
Because especially like on the West Coast where people go sand rail buggying and all that, and they don't have any facilities. So that might be a way of the future for you guys.
I think so.
Very cool. Very cool. How about let's talk about that beautiful Tiburon that's on the Mercedes diesel, blue def or whatever you call it, blue diesel.
So yes, and actually, that's been a product that we have just absolutely run with these last couple of years, and I think you're seeing that being that there was such a boom in the B van market. I mean, there was this van life push that we really saw over the last couple of years. And this is really a product that is designed for somebody that's attracted to that type of unit, but they just want a little bit more space, a little bit more room, maybe in the bathroom or the living area.
So you're talking about somebody that's actually been camping in the Class B, and they're like, man, especially in a rainy weekend, let me tell you, those things get small quick.
Yeah, but it's still that perfect size. I mean, you're staying right around 25 feet.
Right.
You mentioned the full body paint earlier, so you've got the standard full body paint. And one of the other things that really attracts people to that product is, again, the drivability, but also the technology that comes on that chassis. I would go so far as to say that is one of, if not the most technologically advanced RV chassis that are on the market right now. If you look at the safety package that's included on those, I mean, to have things like adaptive cruise control or an active lane keeping system, emergency braking. I mean, there's all kinds of amazing features, even crosswind assist, which they developed for that Sprinter chassis to help counteract higher winds with that higher roof profile. I mean, just some really cool stuff.
I'm learning all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, they loaded it up, and when Mercedes did this chassis redesign, I mean, I really feel it's always bothered me a little bit, that some of these RV chassis were behind what you'd see in the automotive market, and I think really this is the first time when customers get in that they go, wow, this is what I think of when buying a Mercedes-Benz, and they want those creature comforts that we're used to in all our modern vehicles.
They mandate it.
Yeah.
If it has a Mercedes emblem on it, which these do, you need to have that stuff, right?
Yes.
It's expected.
Yes.
And then you don't want them to break down a lot either. So they've been pretty good for customers too, and they get great mileage.
Well, and that's another thing. I mean, I've even noticed that on a couple of my own personal trips. But to your point, I mean, it takes so much of the fatigue out of the driving. And so things like that lane keeping or the adaptive cruise, I mean, it's the minutia of just spending all that time on the highway that kind of wears you down over time. And I think in the trips, at least that I've taken, I was very impressed with how much that helped and just how relaxed I felt driving the vehicle.
So does the white knuckle? You don't want white knuckle.
You don't want,
if you have to white knuckle it, then the journey is not as good as the destination. So we want that to be just as good or better.
Yeah.
Again, we want you to have fond memories of your RV camping experience, so you can tell your kids to come and buy an RV from where? Giant Recreation World, 3 locations. I sit here at the Palm Bay location. We got one in Ormond Beach. We got one in Winter Garden, our original one, 1976. Not original building. It burned down to the ground in 1985.
But back in action, beautiful 42,000
square feet indoor showroom. I won't talk about, our smaller showrooms at Ormond and Palm Bay are chock full of RVs too, but not near as many. I think there's almost 20 or 30 in there in Winter Garden, but hey.
It's the place to go when it's hot in the summertime.
That's a fact. So, does the Tiburon have a diesel generator option or just the LP?
So there is a standard LP generator.
Yeah.
However, on the units for Giant Recreation World, I actually am in favor of ordering them with the diesel generator.
Yes.
And there's a good reason for that. Number one, it's easier to find diesel fuel than it is to find LP fill stations. And you do rely on LP for some other components and appliances that are in the coach. So it's nice to be able to conserve the propane that you do have for those appliances. And really it just comes down to the runtime. And when you're stopping for fuel, you're essentially replenishing that generator right then and there when you're getting diesel fuel. And it's just the runtime that you can get off of a full tank is significantly longer than what you'd see in the standard LP models.
Yep.
And then the other upgrade that goes along with that from the factory is the 4-point leveling system.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another one that's really nice. I mean, it's a lightweight 4-point. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we get a lot of questions on that, but basically you turn that system on, you can hit the auto level function or you can manually level it, but usually it takes about 2 minutes or so and that unit will level itself out.
Oh, that's
great. Yeah.
That's so amazing on such a small coach. But those are the high-end features that you would expect if you see something with full body paint. you don't expect them to be cutting corners, right?
And that's another thing that when you talk about the aesthetics of it and you look at the unit, when people walk into that Tiburon, we use a product called Techniform, which is actually an Italian manufactured cabinetry. It has this beautiful high gloss finish to it. It's extremely lightweight, very, very durable, easy to clean and maintain. It's got these beautiful curved doors with hidden hinge hardware, nice soft close. But that was one of my favorite upgrades when that product was launched. I thought they really, really picked some nice colors and shows very well.
I am learning so much. Hey, folks, make sure you come out and see what he's really talking about. If you don't understand what he's talking about, because this is high-tech stuff, you need to come and look at it, and then you'll know instantly. So how about Indigo?
Well, that is the one
That's a Class A.
that is we're going a different direction.
So you got Super Cs you're dealing with. You're still dealing with the Mercedes little C diesels, and now we're throwing a gas motorhome on you.
We're taking it a whole bunch.
It's unbelievable, folks. He does it. He does it all.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Class A segment is actually a little newer for me, but part of what gets me really, really excited is this is a brand new product. This is a totally new line for us. This is something that we at Thor Motor Coach have not had anything in this segment. And really what the Indigo was designed to be is just an absolutely value-packed Class A gas that provides a lot of the upgraded and elevated features that people are seeking out. But it does it at a price point and at a level that just fits what the majority of people are looking for in a Class A motorhome. So, I'll even go back to the standard full body paint features, but we have 3 standard full body paint packages that are all beautiful. There's only 2 floor plans at the moment. I know there's some plans down the road to add to that. But we have the BB35, which is our 35-foot bunkhouse model. And then we also have the CC35, which I think at Winter Garden, they've already...
They already sold theirs.
I was going to say, I don't even think it was on for a day.
I might step on a ledge and say the next model that they're going to come out with, I bet is a DD model.
I see with the ABCs.
All right, the Fonzie model. All right. No, very exciting. And you are right. It was very well received. Here at our Palm Bay location, we have that, the Indigo, as I'm going to call it a high-end, lower-cost coach, because that's basically how people see it.
Yeah.
Then we have the Miramar.
Correct.
Which is a little step above.
That is correct.
I don't know the total differences because, folks, I haven't been in all these times, so I need some training. But then we have the Vacationer or the Challenger. Sorry.
All right.
See, again, that's why we need the reps to come and train, because they all get mixed up in my brain. So I feel sorry for the customers that come to us for one day and get inundated with all this great information.
Well, and it is true. It's hard to keep track of all the, you've got a lot of different product lines here. But really that's where, like the CC35 that we were talking about, the one that they already sold. You walk in that coach and you've got opposing slide rooms in the living area, which is fantastic. I mean, the amount of floor space that you have, 2 big TVs, you've got a fireplace built in, a big 19 cubic foot residential refrigerator, which is tons and tons of space. King size bed, stackable washer dryer prep. You've got, tankless water heater. And then one of the other neat things that they did, they started. Oh yeah, we'll keep going on that.
That's not a combo washer dryer. That's a stackable, just like you have in like a apartment.
Yeah. And they also did a factory solar upgrade. So a lot of them you'll see out there will either be prepped or they might have a 100-watt solar panel, but these are actually coming with 300 watts of solar charging standard. So that is another exciting change.
That'll keep the batteries nice and charged up. But that's 3 awesome new product lines that's new to us anyway, folks. And we appreciate our relationship. Seems like I'm right now. I think you win for best information.
Yeah.
So most informative, because I learned so much stuff with you. Now it's not fair that we have had coachmen in our company for 50 years. So I'm pretty versed at that, and I'm sorry I threw the V word out there during a Thor
I think we can get past that.
We can. You know, he can tell me probably why the Challenger is so much better. You know, or George can anyway. Yeah.
But we're honored that we even have your products on your lot, and that you and your staff have done such a wonderful job of representing all of our brands. We've had the pleasure of working with so many wonderful people here and a wonderful sales team. And they really do work hard to try to learn our products and just give their customers the best information that they can. So it's definitely a privilege to be hanging out with y'all and going over all the latest and greatest.
James Neujahr, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate you.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, sir.
Folks, we'll be right back after this short message.
Need a golf cart? Check out Icon and Epica GSV, Giant Specialty Vehicles, part of Giant Recreation World. The most affordable on the market. More than golf carts, the hottest electric neighborhood vehicle. Fastest in the industry. Top speeds at 25 miles per hour. 4-wheel disc brakes, seat belts, full color digital display, speedometer, odometer, charge meter, and more. Plus, all Epic cars have higher impact glass windshields and upgraded seats with matching body color stitching. New inventory, colors, and styles at GSV at Giant Recreation World in Winter Garden or online at giantrecreationworld.com.
Welcome to RV Hour, powered by Giant Recreation World.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. James Neujahr. I won't forget your name again, by the way. But like I said, every time I'm graced with your presence, I learn so much. So thank you.
Yes, very knowledgeable.
Very knowledgeable young man. And I'm excited about the products.
Yes.
You know, we did receive one of those Indigos recently and already sold it.
Really? Oh,
so that's very exciting.
that is exciting.
We're always selling the magnitudes because that with the 10,000-pound towing capacity, we'll be able to pull any car or whatever, a car trailer, even a trailer with car and bikes and or golf carts, toys.
Yeah, a little bit more.
It has the ability to pull all that, and then you throw in the 4-wheel drive, and you're not too afraid to go all, off of the beaten path.
Yes, yeah. And even the mountains, that sort of thing too. That always catches me at the amount of weight you're pulling up the mountain. 4-wheel drive definitely helps that.
Yeah, and that's 4 diesel power. Boy, I tell you what.
Diesel.
The Tiburon is an awesome unit too. I mean, I did mention it during our interview, but a lot of people do like to use those as a touring vehicle more so than a camper.
Oh, really?
However, the model with the corner bed, corner bath in it. The bathroom is very usable. You can stand up in the shower. It's not,
full size.
Yeah, you can actually. It actually good size.
Oh,
and a couple of other their floor plans, like the full wall slide one, very roomy. So actually, you can use it as a regular camper, but still get about 16 miles to the gallon.
Oh wow, very nice. Yeah.
Speaking of miles to the gallon,
What do you got?
what about volts to the hour?
Okay.
EVs. They're trying to say that they want to have 100% electric vehicles only by what 2030?
2030.
It's 2023 now. That's 7 years. I don't see it happening.
I don't know how they're going to do that one.
And how are semi trucks going to take goods from California to Florida
On all electric?
on electric?
In a timely manner.
Well, I mean, how much is that going to cost? Number one, for the shipping.
Yeah.
I think the thought is great if it's going to help save the world. But
yes.
again, the problem is, where are those batteries that fuel those made?
Yes. Where are they made? Where are they even disposed?
Well, there's no place to dispose.
Nowhere. Nowhere.
But they are made in China
Mm-hmm.
and other places that China owns.
Yeah.
All over Africa and all that.
Mm-hmm.
All those mines.
Yeah.
Those are not, good green eco mines either.
That's right.
These are strip mines.
Yeah. The materials used. Yeah. It's horrible. It's a horrible end.
Very, very bad. And again, I don't believe that that's the answer. I think it helps.
Yeah.
But
I know. I would like to see the solution for it also. I mean, it would be great if that's what it is. All.
Well, the batteries in those cars anyway.
Right.
They only last like 5 years, and then it costs $25,000 to replace them.
And then you get into the accidents. That whole
You damage the battery.
Damage the battery.
That's another $25,000. That's just it's not feasible to the regular American person who's living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
You know, It's unreal.
Yeah, it seems like it's just going to make it difficult for more people rather than help.
That's true.
So.
I like I said, I have a hard time separating
You got to shut it off.
my personal feelings, but I can't.
No, that's
I just
why.
can't.
We're not a news syndicate.
You
We
can't
are
pull an RV with an electric vehicle because the minute you hook up like the Ford truck, it'll pull a trailer for like 50 miles and then it's dead.
Yeah.
And it takes 24 hours to charge, right?
Yeah.
I mean, unless you have a charger station, which I guarantee if you're pulling that trailer on the interstate, you didn't have time to get off to a charging station.
Yeah. So, and that's where I got hung up also, is that you take like a shorter trip, and let's say it's a 3-4 hour trip. Now you run out of battery and you got to stop and charge it up for another 45 minutes. It's like now turning it into an extra hour-long trip. Yeah. And I don't understand how that's a great idea for people in that sense to just be like, this is working out great for me.
Well, what do you do during that 45 minutes?
Yeah, you sit there and spend money on other crap you don't need.
Or you're sitting in a gas station, maybe, traffic. I mean, have you ever been to to a Wawa or even worse, a Buc-ee's?
Yeah.
I mean, you dang near get run over if you're just hanging around in the parking lots.
And that's what ends up happening now. Now you're that guy that's just hanging out at Wawa.
Got little kids, sitting there while you're waiting to charge.
45.
You're not supposed to be in the car while it's charging. I don't think
I don't think so.
because if you're using stuff, then it's not charging, right? So I don't.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm not getting it either. And then it's also too, if you're not at a free charging station, you're then paying for that charge.
I believe they do charge at those charge.
So then you have that.
So some of your savings from not having to buy fuel is spent on having. I really haven't wandered up to one yet to see what the charge is, how much it costs.
Let's go back to ponies. Just ride ponies.
You know what?
Horse and buggy. I'll see you in 4 days.
What happened to like hoverboards and stuff from the future? From the future.
It's gas powered. You got to run it.
No, the little hoverboard is nothing.
Oh, no.
It was like, I don't know what it was, magnets or something.
Yeah, the Back to the Future hoverboard.
Back to the Future hoverboard. Yeah. And then you had Mr. Fusion. Right?
Fusion, yeah.
You threw your garbage in there, and that turned it into your
flying car.
Flying car. So, see, where's that at? The jet, where's the little bubbles coming up on their flying cars?
Where are you, Mr. Jets?
Well, they promised. It didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
And now they want it to happen in 7 years, when we don't have the technology, nor do we have the grid or the capacity to charge all of that in America.
And then it makes it very dependent on one system also. That also is worrisome.
Then what happens if a EMP
EMP sets it off?
Sets off, and now you're done.
You've got nothing.
Nothing.
Yep. You know what I did hear on a side note of that rockets are the only thing in this world that will never go electric. Because it's rocket propulsion, like that system of there's nothing electric that can make that kind of.
I don't think a jet's going to do that anytime soon.
That's a maybe.
I don't know how you're going to,
But that's what I'm saying. Imagine that too. Okay, so now we're going to go all the way in now. Now you're military. Now you got to put your whole military electric.
That's fact.
Now that's one EMP. See you later. It's crazy. That's why I just don't understand the end goal either. I love solar. I think sustainable energy is, God bless it, but it's just
But it's good as some of our RVs have those lithium batteries in them.
Yes, let's bring it back around.
Yeah, but most of them also have an onboard generator should the battery power or the solar power fail. Why? Because it's cloudy out. It's raining. Anybody have a satellite dish TV?
Oh, yeah.
And you're watching the game, and the first time that a storm cloud comes over and starts raining, guess what? You lose.
Blip, blip, go.
No signal.
No signal.
For hours.
Then
Well,
you just
guess
sit
what?
there.
You're not charging your battery then either off the solar. Nope. Now, I believe windmills work during that time.
Yeah.
Maybe work better.
Yeah.
Because, storms bring up wind, and wind spins them turbines.
Which I know that too. That became a maintenance thing. There was a lot of loss there too. That's a lot, man. I'm excited to see where we go from here, but I'll tell you, we're on a teeter-tot.
Well, you can't do away with all of it, was my point.
Yeah.
Like the RV manufacturers are smart.
Yes.
They, for when you can, they have solar panels, and they have, some of them have the lithium batteries,
Yes.
so that you can use your RV without being any problem to the environment.
Yeah.
And
So now here, let me even segue into that one there. Reading on the Thor website,
Yeah.
they're going into the electrics also to stay with the modern world and the changes. They're going to have a battery on the Airstream that helps push the wheels so that the tow vehicle doesn't take as much weight.
they're trying that too.
Oh, what happens when it runs out of battery?
Well,
Then you just pull it heavy, and then your car can't pull it now, So that's where it's like,
it's a lot of the politicians don't have any idea about what it is to be a regular American.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking, number one, you said Airstream, and an Airstream without $25,000 batteries, and it would need more than just one, by the way, because of the weight of it. They are already $100,000. So, a person can spend, $100,000 for their truck and $100,000 for their Airstream, and they got $200,000 invested. Not all of us have the ability to invest $200,000. Some of us have to buy a used truck. Maybe we buy a $20,000 truck, and we can still buy a new travel trailer for around $20,000-$25,000.
that's right.
That's more realistic.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So why are they pandering to only those that
Really
do whatever they want?
I don't know if it's just joining the groups, jumping on the bandwagon.
Hey, we didn't mean to go down this
No.
rabbit hole,
We got to make it more positive. Let's spin it back around.
but we were talking about RVs, and all of these issues that I'm talking about, it makes the RV person mad.
Yes.
Because what about me is what they're thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, that Ford Lightning truck will only pull my trailer 50 miles.
Yep.
So that's out.
Yeah.
I know the RVs that they're trying to make electric won't even go 50 miles, and they take 3 days to charge. And if charging isn't free, how are you going to? I just don't see how it works with the current technology.
And that's what gets you, because you want to be helping the environment.
Yeah.
You want to be getting rid of fossil fuels and helping the environment. It's all this ozone layers and that sort of thing. Everybody wants to save the whales,
Right. Well,
but it's almost like shoot yourself in the foot.
That's a good idea. You can do, somebody invent cold fusion. Come on, Elon.
Let's make it happen.
Cold fusion with no, negative Earth thing.
Yeah, no repercussion from that. Yeah, that'd be nice. That would.
I do know the Earth is full of energy, not so much oil.
Mm-hmm.
But we always hear about these eruptions and all. How come we can't harness some of that kind of stuff?
Get some of that, or even the natural gases, that sort of thing. All that stuff. Yeah.
It's a heck of a thing. My producer buddy.
Yes. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Anyhow,
That's why I suggest you come to Giant Recreation World, whether it be our Winter Garden store on West Colonial Drive, or our Palm Bay store on I-95 and Palm Bay Road,
yes, sir.
and Ormond Beach on I-95 and US 1, basically. Now, both of those interstate stores are on basically on a bypass road or whatever, a frontage road. Like Ormond Beach is on Destination Daytona Lane, and Palm Bay is on Culver Drive.
Gotcha. Those are right off.
Right off of the I-95. And, they're not small exits.
No, sir. Especially the Palm Bay.
Yeah. Well, that's 8 lanes each on the I-95, and it's 8 lanes on the Palm Bay Road.
Oh, really?
That's a main thoroughfare.
Yes, sir.
And then there's a mall, and there's all kinds of huge things right there at every corner. Of course, one corner is Giant Recreation World.
That it is.
Yeah. That's awesome. But, yeah. I heard that Ormond Beach at our Destination Daytona dealership there is going to redo the exit ramps and all that.
Oh, wow.
That whole area. So they're going to beautify it. They're going to make it to where, every year during like Bike Week and those kind of events, it backs up the interstate both ways, US 1 both ways. Their changes are supposed to fix that.
Alleviate the traffic.
Alleviate the jams. You know.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Well, it's unbelievable right now. I go there most of the time. So I drive up a little side road and I have to go under the interstate. So there's a light there. You never make it. But if you do, you definitely miss the next one. And then you miss the next one. So again, it's just, you're like, oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
I love those supposed smart lights, right? They're never smart.
They're never smart.
Only in downtown cities, you know, where you're driving 30 miles an hour. And if you say it about 30 miles an hour and you hit the green, you're going to hit green, 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 green all the way.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Somebody thinks.
Somebody. So, yeah, we'll try to get them out there.
Hey, you know what else is exciting, folks? We just got in our new shipment of Giant Recreation World hats.
That we did.
Oh, my goodness.
There are so many.
We haven't even unboxed them, but
No.
we will give you a brand new hat, his and hers, when you pick up your new RV from Giant Recreation World.
That's right.
At any of our locations. So because of COVID, we were unable to replenish our stock.
Yes.
So for the past 2 or 3 years, we have not had any hats. Guess what? We have hats
Now
now.
we've got hats.
And people do ask, where's my hat?
Yeah, that they do.
You know, they don't care about the great deal that Bartow's Corner afforded them. They don't care about that. How about that lifetime warranty at no cost to them? No, I want my hat too.
A hat.
You know,
Lock bag.
yeah.
And they are gorgeous hats, though.
Oh,
I mean, you got to say, it's not just a baseball cap.
It's not.
Look, it wears style.
It is, and it will block the sun too. Instead of having that web back, it don't have that.
Nope.
So
No.
let me tell you something. We are doing an interview, right? With
Yes, we are.
with some news magazine of some sort.
That we are.
That I think we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, I think that'll be the next one. Orlando Family Magazine.
Orlando. That sounds like Giant Recreation. That may be why we picked them or they picked us.
No, we picked them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
With choice.
Very choices. So everybody, we had a great sale.
Yes.
We haven't been able to speak much since that sale, but our March closeout actually beat last year, which is our best year ever.
Oh, did we really?
So as far as volume goes.
Yeah, it's volume,
But,
sales. That's
So
great.
our new website and all that kind of stuff, put that all together, and we're staying ahead of the.
Yeah, we got a good team working with us here.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
So everybody out there in the RV industry and world, thank you for listening, and stay tuned for our next broadcast.
RV Hour, powered by Giant Recreation World.
Up found with all food and the trust